You know, there's something I see that happens a lot with rappers. You know, they get famous and they have problems with their hoods. You know, in Chief Keef's situation, people always like to say he shared his fame, but not his money.
Right.
You know, what's your thoughts on Chief Keef's situation now, and how everything turned out?
Honestly, first of all, I'm happy for Soul, man. I'm glad that that shit came and worked how it needed to work. But even in like on another note, bro, like I never believed that. I used to see Sosa do all type of shit. He shared his money. I feel like the part of it come from entitlement and feeling like how much of his money you think he's supposed to share. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like a lot of it wasn't that he was shit wasn't sharing his money. It wasn't that he wasn't sharing or doing what they wanted him to do at the degree that they wanted him to do it. I don't think it was ever, to me, it shouldn't have never been a discussion of if he's sharing anything with, honestly, folk. But you know, like be so entitled, they start thinking you work for them or some shit. Like they own you or some shit, bro. I don't know what the fuck it be, but it's definitely like a, a real life take you through some shit, bro. Like you a real life be having all type of shit going on with you actually did share with, bro. And I seen them share with. It's just that wanted certain shit and they wanted certain amounts and they thought they was entitled to that. And once they wasn't getting that, everything became a problem, man.
Do you think that the fallout with everybody was the best thing that ever happened to Chief Keef?
Most definitely. 100%. Because he gets to reap all the benefits of being from where we from and doing what he did actually without all of the risks that came with like all the shit that he was talking about and being involved in. Like basically like just compare like him to Smirk. Like, you know what I'm saying? He moved away. He got out of that shit. And Smirk moved away too, but Smirk kind of got dragged back, well, not even dragged, but he allowed himself to be put back in these predicaments, you know what I'm saying, to a degree. He subjected himself to certain shit even after he made it that it came back and got him now. You know what I'm saying? Like it got him going through certain shit now. Sosa got all the stigma, clout, fame, name, and money from what they accomplished in that era, and he also is able to live and enjoy it because he separated himself, or what the situations at hand caused him to separate himself. Now he been going and away from all of this shit for so long that when these investigations don't got Sosa name at the top of them, when people out here doing shit, they ain't saying Sosa paid them to do it. They ain't saying, oh, when this dude happened, oh, they ain't saying, oh, that was probably Sosa probably paid get back for that. Smirk, Sosa don't with these. Most of these who a lot of this shit was even happening to, so you can't even associate his name with these just because these from his hood or from hoods that fuck with his hood or none of that. Like it's just a lot of shit that all of this shit like was a blessing in disguise, bro. If I'm being 100.
What do you think was like the most you seen him spend or heard about him spending on his hood?
Man, bro, like, and I don't want to get into the specifics, but like when So first got on before we was young, like we didn't need like what Von did when he got on. We weren't at that point in our lives yet. Von bad jewelry and give it 100,000 in his hood. We was 15 and 16 when Sosa got on. When Sosa got on, this was in 2012. I was what? I was what? 16, bro, when he got on. You know what I'm saying? And probably 15, finna be 16, because this is 2012 summer. So I was 15, finna be 16, bro. You know what I'm saying? And what we required at that point in time, bro, was different than what we would have required at 25 or 22 or 30 and shit like a lot of was when Vaughn got on. We didn't want money. Well, we didn't need it. You know what I'm saying? Well, it was cool to have because he used to come out and do that too, give hundreds, 200s. He used to do that, bro. But, you know, we was chasing a lot of other shit. Wanted to get, armed artillery. You know what I'm saying? To say that nigga want to get artillery, nigga might have got a few this, that. I want to sell this. Can you grab me a few of these? And you know, like that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? And he was doing that, bro. He was doing that. He was kicking it out for could create themselves some type of source of income if you want to get it out the streets, or if your job is to be a savage and bust your gun. He provided, like, you know, he tried to make waves for, to say the least, bro. But like that shit costs a lot. I ain't gonna lie. If you know what you know that shit costs. That shit costs a lot of money, bro. And when you gotta spend that type of money as a shorty, bro, that ain't the way to go, fool. That ain't the way to go. But he did a lot, bro. He did a lot. I ain't gonna lie.
What's up? This is Cam Capone. We got more content like this coming soon, so hit that like button, subscribe, and stay locked in to Cam Capone News.